In this episode, we are going to make a holding strap for our pouch, and this is what we are going to do. First, I cut the strap to the right width and length. For the strap, we will need a hook, a buckle, and 3 small rivets. During the preparation of the strap, we are going to give it the right shape, punch holes for the buckle and rivets, and make the loop. Both the buckle and the loop are fixed between 2 layers of the strap. And the hook is placed right beside it. It is important not to forget to punch the holes on the other side of the strap as well. I also do some small stitching to press the buckle tighter. After that, I do the same attachment to the hook, stitching and pressing the rivet. And technically the strap is done. Let's see how it will work. Here I have 2 layers of chrome tanned leather. Each one is about 3 cm in width, and the length here is, it doesn't make any big difference, it just has to be long enough. Now I apply the glue on each layer. It is one of those water-based glues that can be used for leather work. When the glue dries a bit, I attach the layers together and press them properly with the roller. First, I cut along the length of the strap from one side to get this straight and clean edge. Then, I want to double check with the buckle so I get the right width. It is 15 millimeters. I mark it on the strap and cut along the length from the other side. After I cut it to the right width, I shape the tip of it so it looks as I want. I was not planning to do any creasing at the beginning, but behind the screen I decided to put the creasing line along the edge of the strap. I also prepared a little strap for the loop with the reinforcement material on the back side. Now I'm going to paint the edge of this little strap. Take a look, this little device is used for edge painting and it's very practical when you work with small items or need to paint just a bit. As you can see, the roller applies the paint evenly on the edge and after I let it dry properly. After that, I continue to prepare my strap. At this moment, I skive it a bit from the one end and also make a notch where the loop has to be placed. After that, I stitch the strap along the edge. Even if the layers are glued properly together, the strap is the part of the bag that is usually more exposed to the tension than anything else, and additional reinforcement here is always better. Now it is time to punch the oval hole for the buckle. Let's just quickly check if it fits and move on to the next step. For the next step, I need to figure out the diameter of the loop that I need, so it's not too tight and not too big. So I wrap it around 2 layers of the strap and make a mark where it needs to be cut. I attach the ends of the loop together using a stapler, but it could be also sewn together instead, primarily if this attachment is visible. Now I'm going to paint the edge of the strap. While making the pouch, we took a look at the method where we fold edge of the leather, but here we are going to treat the edges in another way. Painting is a common practice for edge treatment and can be used for vegetable tanned leather as well. So I apply the first layer of paint on the one side and then on the other. I let it dry properly, and after that I take the creasing tool and iron it. This process kind of glues the paint and the leather fibers together and smooth out any imperfection at the same time. It also helps me to form a solid edge when I work with 2 or more layers attached together. On the next step, I use a sandpaper to make the surface even smoother. After that, I repeat the edge painting again and all other steps until I get the result I'm happy with. You might guess that this procedure requires a lot of time and heat. No drops should get to the side of the edge, because in that case the edge painting will look untidy, especially if you're working with the contrasting colors. After I'm satisfied with the smooth edge, I want to double check if everything works well, and then assemble all parts together. Once I see that everything is right, I move on to the final step. At first, behind the screens of course, I secure both the buckle and the hook with a couple of small stitches. At this moment I start to mark where I'm going to apply the rivets. Next I punch these holes, and do not forget to punch them on the other end of the strap as well. Those have to have a slightly bigger diameter so they fit the buckle. Now put in the rivets on the place. And after pressing them, we have our holding strap finished. It seems to me that it looks pretty nice. What do you think?